Hello everybody and welcome back here in the Heroes Launch. Today we've got a Division 2 game coming up between Lost in Draft, by the way, against Water Dragons. It's the first game of both teams in this new season, the season 12 of European Heroes Launch. We also got a bit of a changed map pool, as we already have a look at that one. You already see here the first two bands coming up from the team in blue are against Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines. So those two bands, which I believe are hit together with Tomb of Spider Queen, those three maps are hit the most by the recent Nexus anomaly, the call for help. On this side of the Water Dragons we see the bands against Dragonshire and Towers of Doom. One thing people might have already seen is that we have got Praxis now in, and Garden of Terror is no longer in the map pool. So the only changes, we had a little survey going around between the captains of this season, and this is the result. Kind of low in volume, yeah, but that's in general because my microphone is a little bit lower. I have to, turn it up a little bit. But I can't anymore, sadly. Anyways, we've got most players in, as the map pick was done by the Water Dragons, and we will go to Cursed Hollow. Captain her do it. Got both teams in the lobby, so we're about to start into this game number 1 of this best of 3 series. The first one with 2 wins gets the win home and gets a good start into this season 12. Right, first team is ready. Let's see if the second team is as well. We don't know yet. Right, got some memes going around in there, here and there. So, let's see. Okay, they're ready as well. Shut down. Where's the beer? So, yeah. Quarantine coming at me. Giving me a little bit of beer. But anyways, we are about to start into this game number 1 of this best of 3 series. Cursed Hollow. So we go here. And of course, as always, we've got betting set up, so exclamation mark, bet A. If you haven't got lost in draft, will this time not lose in draft, instead win the draft and win the game. And of course, the number of points to bet on them, or exclamation mark bet B, and the number of points to bet on the Water Dragons, if you think the Lily Power is strong enough and their opponents will really lose in draft. Interesting first band coming out. We see the Lunera. One of the heroes I would have honestly expected to not see that much anymore. Due to her dot damage, she tends to get the tower aggression on her. She gets the dot on a hero. On this side we see the garage band, a little bit more standard. A little bit more standard. You can see the Everbank coming out now, which is understandable on this big map, to say at least. The first bet B and the first bet A, 500 points against 500 points. High betters coming in already. This is just on chat. going on in the meantime. Anyways, we see next ban is against Diablo, so the hero who's probably the most bans right now, Xul, is left open. Curse Hollow, not the best maps for him, but he's not too bad either here. Xul shines in clearing waves and pushing out. Especially when he's uncontested, so he could do the other side or something like those then. We will see. The first pick will be the Sylvanas, which I think is a very good buff for her the latest patches. She can disable the towers, you can still push in. Curse Hollow doesn't matter too much, but on other maps like Infernal Shrine, Battlefield of Eternity, it's often a hard time because you're used to having this safety of the objective tank it anyways. So Sylvanas, you still have it's disabled so they can't hit me. Leo. Oh yeah, Legionemail, of course, in the chat also betting. And now we've got Water Dragons picking up one of the probably strongest combos right now in the game. With Li Ming and now giving the nano boost for Li Ming, and then Li Ming able to just pop off and boop boop boop. Got 3 kills in. Or maybe even more. And on the other side we see Hero who made this coming up, especially this pair coming up. Graham and Rega. Whoever saw on the weekend the in-house cup, or also the Don't Panic Cup from Thatcher, you would have recognized that Rega it was played a lot. Not with Ancestral Healing, it was with Bloodlust, so definitely an interesting thing. Also, Ana counter no longer that big of a deal because of the Ancestral Healing being denied from the anti-healing grenade. So Bloodlust is a very strong heal, especially with Grayman as well. You've got the double one, the double wolf jumping in with Bloodlust, which is amazing. Next ban from the side of the Water Dragons, they're removing the Johanna, very interesting. It's the third tank ban from their side. On the side of Lost in Draft, you now see a little bit adapting to the bans and banning out the ETC. A total of 4 tanks being removed and no one picked up his tank yet. It will be very interesting. Tyrell, of course, still up. One of the strongest tanks right now, Tyrell. As well the variant possibility, Morganis, of course, even though he got some nerfs. It's not that bad. We saw the Water Dragons now picking up the Morganis Arthas, which looks a little bit weird, but it is a big brain move. Because on the side of Water Dragons, we have now the Arthas against Bloodlust, so removes the attack speed a little bit. We also got the Morganis, and both can be played as main. Morganis anyways a main tank, and Arthas can also be played as a main tank. So having both of them gives them a really big advantage. Forcing Lost in Draft to go for either Anub or Tyrell here, and they decide to go for the Anubarak. And on the solo lane we see the strongest hero in the game right now, with the Haka being the pickup. Some may know that I am the Haka TP, you can say. Main, let's call it main. On the other side we see now the counter global, with the Falstad being the pickup. Go 1-for-1 globals. It's okay-ish. I personally don't like Falstad that much on Cursed Hollow because he has a smaller range compared to other globals. So he is struggling a little bit there. Yeah, with the Falstad, you've got another tool. You've got the Gust against Bloodlust. When the opponents use Bloodlust, you can just use Gust and Gust them away so they cannot run after you. Or which would in theory be a very good counter to it. Is this better? Yeah, I think it's better. Gonna bet on Lost in Draft because they've got the Darker, you know. I have to vote for the Darker, I'm sorry. It's just a rule of mine. Anyways, we are about
prepare yourself for battle.
Start into game number 1 of this best of 3 series between Lost in Draft. By the way, in the left, in blue, we've got Yata on the Dehaka, the strongest hero in the game. No name on Anubarak, Slept playing the Grey Mane, Shinato on the Rega, and last but not least we will see if he's prepared or not. Not prepared on the Savannah. And on the other side we've got in red, we have Water Dragons.
5,
Got File on Arthas. Niquil playing the Liming here. Oh, sorry, Yufta on the Liming. Niquil on the Anna. Tony Malanima on the Foster. And last one we've got Heritua playing the Malganes. Looking low 1 turn. Interesting one coming in from Anubarak. We see the Legion of Beetles. So the Beetles have 30 spell armor, and every 12 seconds one will be automatically spawned. Interesting in terms of the Beetles are not that strong anymore. The first sleep coming in, no name by the way, dropping very low. There's another sleep from Afghanis. He's dropping very low, but he's getting out of it. The counter aggression coming in, slap, stunter, but he's fine. Meantime, we see already the Haka in the top lane, even though he wants to be in the bottom lane, because up here we see the first objective. We take a short look on the minimap in the bottom. Now we see not prepared on the Sylvanas in the bottom lane against Falstad. Here the Haka wants to be bottom now, so he is on the other side of the map for the first objective. Pretty against Arthas, he's not having a fun time. I can tell you that. In the meantime, we see already the first camps are on the making. Slept for Lost in Draft. Working on the siege camp, already took it. It's Greyman, of course. He's quite fast on those things. The other side, we see the Anna Ming taking the Bruiser camp first. So they do the siege camp later on. So the siege camp pushes in, doing the first objective, being top lane. So it is on the other side of the map, and due to the Haka was top lane, so he would have had a hard time defending. Now he's putting back and walking to the bottom lane, already making those good rotations in. Now we see him in the bottom lane being ready to defend the siege camp, which will be sent soon, but he can just drag those minions into the tower range. Meantime, we see top lane siege giants homing in a little bit. Mid lane bruiser camp is taken. You want to take this now? Yeah, there we go. Nice cap, so it stacks up with the minimwave very nicely, and then they can defend the mid camp with it and push that in. Right camp of water dragons, perfectly fit up with the wave here as well. That's one very nice thing we already see from both teams, that they stack up the camps with the waves.
Heroes, gather tribute and earn my favor.
You wanted to stack it up with the next wave, but this is okay, because having not an easy time defending it. Meantime, we see mid lane the push now with the Sylvanas straight coming in, but there's the sleep from Morganis against her. Li Ming walking around trying to get the combo on her, but she dodged. Pretty looking at level 4 talent so far. We see the bed of barbs from the Anubarak, so a little bit of a slow, so his team can go in a little bit better apparently. And on the other side we see Charge Plus from Li Ming, which is also a little bit of an unusual talent, as you usually see Trample right after it. Oh, big anti-healing grenade against Greyman, and that's the first kill for Li Ming. Now no name by the way on the American, in a little bit trouble, but there's the burrow and he's able to escape. Meanwhile, Daka staying bottom lane, also flew top. No, he walked top. Sorry, my bad. Also walking top, so he's able to fly back to the bottom lane in time. With an early burrow. We want to, in this 1v1 matchup, we want to burrow when Falstad has his W in. We see level 7s coming in, of course, for Li Ming, the best level 7 there is. It is Calamity. On the side of Falstad, we see W build coming in by the way, with Static Shield and Charge Up, so he's not going for the Boomerang for the increased wave clear. On his side, a little bit of damage onto her too, but there's the sleep. Another sleep, not by the way, taking a lot of damage. Ming combo was a little bit too late there. Else this could have been a dead beetle. Oh. See in the bottom, Greyman against Falstad. Next objective is here, so we see already see Greyman in the top lane. Against Fire, we already saw the towers coming in and hitting him for some nice damage. Because when you hit a hero, you're in range of tower, you do hero damage, the towers will focus you until you leave the area or destroy the building. Which is one of the, which is the latest Nexus anomaly. And yeah, we see rotation onto the Greyman in the bottom, and he goes down. It's another kill for the side of Water Dragons. Already 2-0 in kills so far. I mean, it's a it's not a good spot for them. Aka's still in top lane. But so is the Arthas. It's a 3v4 anti-healing grenade on the Anubarak. There's the bed of Barb. Playing a little bit. Not able to delay long enough. So this objective is the second objective, which goes over to the water dragons. Now with the top middle and the bottom left, we see the next objective either here or here spawning. In the meantime, standard wave for them going on. It's now the time as well where you see bosses starting up. It's one thing water dragons could do, taking their boss and ignoring the next objective, but it's very close to their boss, so they want to take the double, you know. Now we've got level 10s in, so we of course see Nano Boost from Anna, the Army of the Dead from Arthas. I'll start going for the Mighty Gust. Garnis with the current or Ming, not sure yet. Maybe she wants to go disintegrate if Anup goes into the cocoon. Maybe she wants to go away for fourth if he doesn't. Cocoon is one of the strongest. Disintegrate is one of the strongest cocoon openers in the game. Outside we see Bloodlust, Cocoon, go for the throat, Wailing Arrow, and Isolation. There's another combo coming out on Lost in Draft. The anti-grenade misses though. The counter engage onto Morganis after missed engage there. Now we see the Anno boost on, falls the cocoon on Arthas. It's immediately opened by Li Ming. There's as well the Army of the Dead coming in, and Arthas goes down. Well, 2 kills for no. For the Lost in Draft, no name going on Yufta. Yufta in a lot of trouble. She's not prepared, following him, but she's able to get behind the wall in time to stay alive. With this, we see the rotation of its top lane. Falstad in the range to just E into tower, into safety. Now we see the mid lane camp pushing in, taking on the front wall for Lost in Draft. Saying it really there.
Shall we see who gathers
Rotation around. We see the bruiser camp of water dragons now started. One will be easy take, 50 seconds until tribute spawns up here in the middle. They're starting the boss, because they don't see anyone on the map. Really? Will they be Scarlet? They have the Gust back up, so they will. Right, one checks it. This looks like a free boss for water dragons. The sleep coming in, boss is taken now. Prepared in a lot of trouble, but he's able to bench away himself out. Going against Arthas. There's the Gust, but Foster immediately goes down. Now we see the counter engage with the ghouls and Nano Boost, but there's a nice silence error, and Ming is not able to combo anyone anymore. Will she get one? Yes, she will, but Morganis falls as well, not prepared now on the run, and so is Slapped. Nano Boost already over, now Yufta on the run, but doesn't get out as Slapped is able to catch him, but Savant in the meantime getting traded by Arthas. Now Arthas trying to run them down. Able to get on Slapped? No, he does not! Slapped, able to stay alive there. Naomi Cool, the only survivor so far for water dragons, and he's on the run on the Anna. Just a cocktail to finish him off, and now Postad flew in, trying to look at Greymane. Greymane taking a lot of damage, but he should be fine. Tribute not yet collected. Meanwhile, the forest taken down by big minion wave and the bruiser camp. We see everyone slowly but steady respawning. Now Shadow taking it, but Postad E in. And there's the sleep coming in. My god, on the barrack now sleeping. Ming going in. There's a nice tongue from the Haka, and Ming goes down. Right, 2 for 2 in terms of tributes so far, but we see top and mid fort already down on the side of Lost in Draft. Very nice macro play there from the side of the water dragons. Sorry. There's macro pressure we see there. Now we see them already knowing rotation from Lost in Draft towards their boss. Scouting out kinda early. See the hacker burrowing in. Arthur's face checking it. There's the stun from Morganis. The Karen Storm, but there's the isolation on Morganis. Morganis goes down. Big cocoon on Arthur's now. There's the gust from Foster, but Arthur's now coming in the back of the opponent team. There's the go for the throat, and Arthur's goes down. 100 HP. No, he stays alive. Clutch heals from Anna, but Anna now in a little bit of trouble because she's still in her trade. But no, he's getting out. What is it that Arthas? Almost got cursed next to 2 forts lost. Yeah, it's a really tough one. That is a really tough one. Now lost in draft with this kill against Morganis. Having a good spot to going in this next objective. Oh, there's the tongue against Arthas. There's another stun. There's the healing grenade. Shinando now stopping the tribute tap. Oh, there's a false start from above. Already looking at something. We have a big stun. Li Ming looking for a combo. Underbarrel taking a lot of damage, but there he's able to burrow out. Now the Haka is staying alive. They're able to burrow the Calamity. Well done by him. Now we've got the tribute tapped by the Water Dragons. Means they have the curse, and the blue team lost in draft is cursed. We've got the push in already. There we saw this Disintegrate being used to clear the minions. As the minions have all 1 HP, just one short R, and they're all gone. We're closing in towards level 16 now. We've got look at the tongue. Acid Trent Mandibles. Monsters. Ton of auto attack talents, of course, coming in from the side of Lost in Draft together with the Bloodlust. Really like their composition, to be honest. To be honest, I should have waited until hero picks. I would never bet on Falstad team. I did hear more. What? What do you have against Falstad, dude?
Until someone wins my favor once more.
Streaming Div 2 while Div 1 is playing is really helpful for the game. Dude, there's another Div 1 stream right now by Sidonian together with Hat. They're streaming Division 1 game in English. But there's no need for me to stream the Division 1 game as well. Already got some castles on that one. We've got the Bruiser camp is taken from the red team. They're already waiting around the boss as the boss is about to respawn. First took the bottom keep. We see Yufta, an interesting option to his build using the fireflies this game. There's the sleep coming in from Malkan, is making sure the boss is being taken. There's a big tongue. There's the silence arrow as well. Will this be that Morganis? There's never stun, and yes it is. It's a that Morgan. 1-4-0. Oh, there's another tongue. Oh my god, Taka is so good. Very well played there by Lost in Draft, but they still got a boss against them in the top lane. Oh, burrowing into stun. I got traumatized for the first 2 years after Hot's launch. I foster players that only gust and prevented everything team fight of 20. Made the game really unfun. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think in this game it's kind of Falstad's job. Gust the opponents away when they are coming in. Like when they are engaging. Gusting them away. So yeah.
Or face my curse. The choice.
Playing macro, trying to play the macro or take fights which are advantage for you. I think that's normal HOTS, to be fair, for me at least. I don't want to take a fight which is not good for you. We've got the sleep on 3, that's Liming combo. Not getting 1, 2. If you're on Discord, exclamation mark Discord, then you see the hashtag stream channel where we see all casts of the day, which I wrote today. And only for 1 hour, Sidonian is live together with Hat. Division 1 game between Sparky, between Hype Pew Pew and the last season Xenon. So it's a rematch of last season's last group game and last season's Mythic Championship Grand Finals. It's also a big game to watch. Oh, Sleipner a little bit thinking, trying to play the wave, but he's now on not the best side. He's fine, he's getting out. And now it's playing around for both teams. I'm not sure if Lost in Draft wants to take this fight or the next one, because this fight they are 19 against 18. Next fight it will be 21 to 20, close, something along those lines. I'm not sure if they can get the 20 match. Oh, there's really down into the bush, but there's an eating grenade, a lot of damage, and Anu goes down. It's the reset for Liming. Now Lost in Draft decide to, you know, with a tank it doesn't matter anymore. We just leave this fight and give it over to the Water Dragons. It's one big thing. If they would have keep on committing onto the opponents, then Li Ming would have been able to get maybe even more resets and would have maybe killed some more people and would have started to snowball the game even harder, get back in experience. And yeah. Then we've got 3 now in the side of Water Dragons, pushing in. The bottom side we see a lot from the Water Dragons. Jumping around, false start. There we see the Arthurs not checking in the bushes. There's something. Just because the Arthurs gets out with 100 HP.
The choice is simple.
Barely stays alive. In the meantime, we see the top keep is about to be taken by the Water Dragons. They pushed in as a Freeman with the wave, and now we have level 20. On the side of Lost in Draft, and Water Dragons now a little bit away still from level 20. On level 20 we see the Gladiator's Warshot, of course. The duration and range of fellows is increased by 100%. And we see Rewind from Anubharak, Hunter's Blunderbuss from the side of Raymond, Bolt of the Storm from Sylvan, and Contagion on the side of Tehaka. And yeah, blue team able to take this tribute for free, but this will be their first curse and they still have not taken down a single fort yet. Them looking at the bottom lane immediately, taking down the fort. Oh boy, it's Heroes Launch time again. Welcome back, Milk. So Heroes Launch trying to give equal opponents to all pleasant participants. Yes, that's also true. Got 7 divisions and all divisions are the same for me. Except for some are better, some are like, not so good at what about the game, but all are divisions. Yeah, I want to cast all of them. And now we see the keep wall is already under attack. There's a drag against Morgana. Morgana's taking some damage. There's the Kuna Arthas. See him. Oh, sorry, there's a minute. Arthas still has army after that. Another is also still available. Another stun, and Rhaegar is the first to fall. Bloodlust is still in. Arthas goes down as well. 1 for 100 so far. 5 seconds on the curse ends. It is a nice jump on Foster. Foster goes down 2 for 1. Now the jump from Raymond on 2. He's taking a lot of damage. Now we see Savannah straight on the fort. The fort is under attack. Liming goes down as well. The only Anna, the only left survivor for the Water Dragon. On the side of Lost in Draft, we've seen only Rhaegar going down, and the core is under attack. Lost in Draft, trying to close out this series, close out this game number 1. And this is it. Game number 1. Going over to Lost in Draft. And I've gotta say, they didn't lose in Draft because they drafted the hacker. What a game. Very good one, I have to say. One thing you have to say, really, this game it looked very well for Water Dragons all game long. Until this one moment at the bottom keeper Lost in Draft, lost the Rhaegar, got the Morganas in return, and then the big Daka song on false, got the kill. And then now one on Morganas, and this game over at this moment. Very well done by Lost in Draft. It's also one of the beauties, I think, of Heroes of the Storm. There was not much going on in favor for Lost in Draft. until they picked up the curse, did not even take down a single fort. And then they ended the game right after the curse. Very well played by them. Anyways, now we have... we go back to the map screen. Slept in the beginning and woke up with the first battle score. Grave. he really, you know, he got the last for blood at this moment. He was awake at this point then. But anyways, it's up to this one. Here we go. Yeah. Now we have water dragons with the choice if they want to go for the map pick or for the first pick. And didn't answer it. That's alright. That is alright. Okay. They want to go for the map pick. Go for the first pick. So we see on the side, the map pick on the side of Lost in Draft. And they will be able to choose between Altrock Pass, Braxis Holdout, Sky Temple, Tomb of Spider Queen, and Volskaya Foundry. Alright. Looking on how the first map went, I think Altrock or Tomb might be the best picks for them, because the first map was really them winning a late game team fight and winning the game from there on, while we had on the other side. Wait, give me a second, I have to invite the players. And on the other side, an overall very strong game. On the other side, a very strong game overall, with a very good lead on most of the map. But we've got the decision as one of the maps I even said it might be. See Tomb of Spider Queen as map number 2 in this best of 3 series. In the meantime, I'm not sure how other streams are going exactly. Because I just got Josh live. We are going to raid afterwards, probably. As he is right now streaming a Division 6 game between Les Hommes de Cromignons, that's French, against Do You Even So? Good name. Yeah. In the meantime, we also got a Division 6 match between Für Room and Ere against I Sense a Carry, right? On twitch.tv/halfu. And we also got a Russian cast right now for a Division 7 game between We Shut Up and Unleashed. Take a short look at the Division 1 game right now, which is 1-1 between Hype Pew Pew and EPG Frozen. If you're interested in go watching this one first, twitch.tv/Sideonion. Of course, Maiev Inc. Possibly, but Tomb of Spider Queen, you got Maiev map. But also not too bad for, what's it called? For Chromium map. In terms of the win, it's usually Lyric the top tier pick on Tomb of Spider Queen. So kinda expect him to come into this as well. So yeah, we will be jumping into this game number 2 soonish. One team needed a short toilet break, but it looks like they are back up, so we only missed 2 players in the lobby and we're good to go. Then maybe they will come soonish. Go. Number 1 is in. What about number 2? Right, no, number 2 not yet here. All right. Okay. Let's see if the teams are ready as we've got everyone in the lobby now. Oh, now the cam fits again. I'm in the center. Woo! I'm in the center. Yeah. Anyways, in the meantime, we've got North American signups open. If you want to join, European already closed as we are here in the first round, of course. But yeah. American playoffs also coming up soon on the. Let me have a short check. 17th, 23rd, and 24th of May, I guess. Or I think it is. Where I will be here all night in casting. Probably. Anyways, we've got both teams ready. So let's jump straight into this game number 2 of the Special 3 series. Tomb of Spider Queen. Left again, we've got Lost in Draft. And I think to win this draft against their name and will close out this series with 2-0 exclamation mark bet A and the number of points you want to bet on. Or if you think Border Dragons will bring out their secret weapon, which in their hero name, in their team name is, it's Lily, if they watch rank maybe. Or if they will win the game anyways, don't even need Lily for that. Benchmark bet B and the number of points you want to bet on the Water Dragons. It seems Spider Queen. I cannot go again with the who picks the Akka gets my vote. Because I still think it's one of his maps. I mean, he's not bad on it. He's not bad on any map. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just how it is. Now we see Water Dragons going in with the same first ban as in the last game with the Gareth. On the other side we see Lost in Draft as well, with not changing anything up yet with the Lunara as their first ban. If you go by the last game, we will see Diablo now being the next ban as well. From the Water Dragons and Lost in Draft with everything, but I guess it will not be an everything ban from their side this time because it's not the best map, I guess, forever. Water Dragons decide to switch a little bit up, a little stuff up, but not too much. Instead of trying to third ban, they take her as the second ban and leave Diablo open for now. I don't know why I'm so amused by that, but anyway. And now we've got the Xul ban, of course, which we talked about in the last game, and we see Sylvanas as the first pick by the Water Dragons. And I honestly think this is one of the maps where Sylvanas will shine now because she can disable the structures. But we've just gotten very weak with the structures focusing heroes when they push with it and hit heroes. I think it's a really big problem for their side. And on South Lost in Draft, we see this time an early tank pick. We already see water tanks again banning out 2 tanks. So this time want to secure their own tank very early. They pick up the ETC. They pair it with Malfurion. This leaves the Ana open again. Possibly being picked up by Mikriel again. See what we see. No, it's not the Ana, it's this time this Dukov, who we will see, and they will pair up with a Muradin. I really like the need to see more. I really like this Dukov pickup as he's really strong, especially against ETC. He can do massive amount of work with the amount of lockdown he has, and also the silence. ETC can be in a lot of trouble. Dukov does it very well. He's not careful enough. Instead of Lost in Draft, we see now the band against Blaze, who is can be played in the Sylvan, can be played in the format as well. It's the main tank. This time we would probably have been the Soul Laner. One of the few songs is a very good wave clear. To go with Lyric, probably. Best wave clear in the Soul Laner. We see now, we see the Maiev band. Oh, someone saw it coming. I need to see more better. Alright, we've got already 2 bets on the side for Lost in Draft. But yeah. Oh, there we go. Lyric is the pickup for the side of Lost in Draft, I called it. One of the standard Soul Laners. Pretty on this map because of his amazing amount of wave clear and the way he's very safe. 2 gangs. Not losing the gems. Now we see also Kalphas for the side of Lost in Draft. This will be a power slide. Gravity Labs offer a root combo so far. The Kalphas damage is not enough yet to kill a target, so we need a little bit more damage from the side of Lost in Draft. On the side of Water Dragons, we see one thing coming in I really don't like. It's Imperius. Because Imperius is very strong in terms of fighting, but he's very weak in terms of wave clearing. Two Spider Queen is a pure wave clear map. 90% of the time. And against Lyric, he's not like dominating. It's not helping him that much in a way. But we've got the last pick from Water Dragons is the Jaina, so they get a little more wave clip from her in as well. From the second damage, from the second damage roll to go with Sylvanas. Possibly to go into the unstable poison on level 4, which will help very much with wave clearing. I'm gonna bet it on Lost in Draft again, because I really like the draft. They have really tons of wave clear with the sides of Lyric, Kalphas and Junkrat as well as the last pick. Junkrat, I'm not 100% sold on the pick yet. Not 100% sold on the Junkrat pick yet. Junkrat brings nice wave clear with him. They miss in their combo is, I would say, something along the lines of a Raynar or a Greymane, just to finish this one target off, which is CCs until the end of its days. But we are about to jump into this game number 2 and possibly last game of this best of 3 series, as we have no name on the ETC, not prepared on the Junkrat this time, and I guess he's prepared for that one. And Shinato on Malfurion, Sept on the Kalphas, and last but not least, it's Yaza on the Lyric. And to the right side, we've got the Water Dragons, we've got Mikriel playing the Stukov, File on Imperius, Yufta on, oh, alright, got a little pause coming in there. We've got Yufta on the Sylvanas, Hair2 on the Muradin, and Doni Malanima on the Jaina. They've been Keltaskin. Yeah. If the possibility now, yeah, we see it here. It's the Cyberhawk, this band, for the reasons of, yeah, for his Q and stuff being not very visible. Alright. And also it is mentioned within the first 2 minutes and before the first fort went down, so it is okay. I have to pause again. Okay. I guess both teams are ready again. Yeah. We'll go back into it. Calvaskin is banned in himself. It is mentioned before the 2-minute mark and before the first fort went down. You are allowed to redo the game if your opponents want to. Or they can also say, you know what, we don't care. Play with him. It was the same with Toyderman, but he got luckily unbanned, except for with Morales. Because Morales still can heal while she's on the Toy Train Mount. We also have another ban, which is Ragnaros now on Cursed Hollow. And crowd server, we can meantime a mad CC chain on ETC, and there he goes down. That's what we said in draft. If there is the CC chain coming in against especially ETC, he's quite a squishy tank. He will have a lot of problems. Level 7 Malfuran cannot do too much against it for trying to heal him up. My points back and the game free. Alright, Leisure. Let's see if you get your points and the game free. Jungle meantime clearing top lane. Not rotating on the side of Lost in Draft right now. The bottom we've got this 1v1, which should be won by Eric in Fury because he has the superior wave clear. Just clear the waves, but also fighting Imperius when Imperius is only able to clear Lyric, nothing else. Trying to clear Lyric. We're really able to do that one. In this game. There we see nice mine, which interrupts rotation. Knocking her two in. There's a power slide. He used his jump. Rune misses there. Her two is able to get out. There's a nice pick of fuck again. And he is fine. So for looking at quest stacks, we see 5 globes for Rock. Oh, there's the stun, another stun. That's a CC chain, and Yufta is going down on the Savannas. That is what we said. Both teams have massive CC chains. If they get one CC chain in, the target will probably be that. On the left, Stukov, you already see the first adaptation towards this. Where we go with vigorous reuptake, so we prevent more healing if bio kills from bio kills, which if it heals 3 or more heroes, which is more or less the minion ancestral, how most people call it. That of Malfuran, we also see the first thing is strangling vines this time, so 4% less healing for from all sources for 3 seconds. It's also a very good tool in terms of delaying the opponent. Another stun, there's the stun, root, stun, two are being CC'd. He goes down. Right, C wins games, you know. Then we've got Yaza from the bot lane on the Lyric, rotating between mid and bottom quite a lot. Which he does very good. Like, Imperius this way has the freedom to clear the bottom wave, but he still doesn't clear it fast enough to really take a good advantage of it. Sitting in the mid lane trying to get a combo in. Nope. Misses on him barely there. His team was just walking out. Now we see the first Bruiser camp is about to be taken from the blue team from Lost in Draft. They've got Foster with Tricky Shuffles. Sorry, Foster Jungler with Tricky Shuffles, who is able to do it alone nearly. And then we see also him with Boom Boom Pow. Boom Boom Pow. Oh, now a CC chain coming in against Vanos. Calfaston was a little bit too late there. Oh. Calfaston, a little bit too late. Also could have possibly been another kill. Meantime, we see on the side of the the overwhelming affliction and fast going on. This web was now coming in. There's mine. Not too much of a follow, but yeah. Mine on the short cooldown is really strong. With being on a 10-second reduced cooldown from 16 to 6 seconds. So yeah. Zoning of rotations there. From the side of Lost in Draft. Because with Foster and Foster, I always want to say Foster. With Junkrat they can really do that. You're not really able to move around very safely. There can always be a mine somewhere knocking you into the ETC power slide and the Kelpus and then it's screwed. There we see another stun, Rude here too with the anti-healing, but he is able to get out and he gets focused by the fort and he goes down. Because Stukov was also able to slow him down to not get out of the fort range. Welcome Merchant, both team names are phenomenal. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Great team names we have again. That's the stun against Junkrat, but he got his dirty tricksters, so Murden stuns him, is not allowed to go next to him because else he will just those Total Mayhem grenades. Alright. Okay. Beautiful. Anyways, we see now the Bruiser camp is about to be taken by Water Dragons, 2 for 2 kills so far. And turn in for Lost in Draft. Took down the top wall, middle wall also now going down in the bottom, File being dived, but he's taking alive with very HP. Barely getting out there. Now able to recall in safety. Oh, here to train misses. With the train hit, they could have killed him. If the amount of damage they have. Slept with trying to turn in, but here two on the Merlin, being very careful, looking around and not letting the opponent's pay. Meet them with Junkrat on the top lane, really making sure no one is able to pay around here. Oh, does he? No, he does not get the barely does get the interrupt, but now Merlin with the jump and the stun. But he stunned in return, he uses the avatar. But he's not getting blown up. There's a big silence arrow. A ring of frost. You go by ETC. It's a double kill for the Water Dragons. Both teams hit level 10. See on terminals of ultimates, we see the Tranquility, Mosh Pit, Tomb, Rip, Tire, and the Phoenix for the side of Lost in Draft. And the Water Dragons have Avatar, Wailing Arrow, Ring of Frost, Failing Swipe, and Angelic Ornaments. It's interesting to see the Ring of Frost, but also interesting for me to see the Failing Swipe, because I really love Massive Shove against ETC, because you can just pull the ETC out. He is not able to do too much. It was a nice knockback, interrupted the jump of Merlin. Middle web bottom web weaver is pushing him with Sylvanas, but there's the Tomb. Yeah, that's Failing Swipe in return. Bottom web weaver is about to be vamp. Mid lane is web weaver is already gone. Top lane wall is down. Taking down the fountain. Yeah, but this will come at his end soonish. We've got bottom as well cleared. Also, one tower is still standing. Top web weaver immediately got the front wall. Now a little bit of damage onto the fort itself. Aren't they? It's just stuff to get away. Okay, alright. Oh, there's the stun against. The rule was a little bit too late. Now we've got the turn in about to happen. Yeah. Nice silence there from Stukov, silencing lyrics. We cannot get a spell on Imperious. Gets interrupt. This means we've got the next red web wave coming in. And it is looking really good so far for the side of the Water Dragons. So they have a little bit of less work, I would say. But if mine knocking in both Siege Shines into the fort range. There's the stun. Just a nice cleanse from the Malfurion, cleansing the spear of Imperius, the Threshold charge. Meantime, we've got Derek clearing the mid wave and now heading towards the top lane. We've got Jane and Sylvanas also trying to put some max pressure. Bottom is already defended by the side of Lost in Draft, and now they're rotating towards the mid lane, trying to defend this web weaver. You would get a ton of damage onto the fort. Meantime, we saw Lyric going down into the top lane as Sylvanas was able to dive him into the fort together with the trade and the web weaver. So we will defend the top fort down mid on 1/3. It's even more than 1/3 of HP. A little bit more than 1/3 of HP. Was a very risky move of Sylvanas, going in there with the Haunting Wave because of having the Windrunner on level 13. If the Power Slide there hits, he's dead. What division is this? It's the title, it's Division 2. Second highest of the divisions we have in Heroes Launch. One higher is the Division 1. For now, B Division S coming in soonish. We don't know yet. I also don't have any information on it, which is, yeah. We've got now the blue team trying to turn in. Now we've got the bruiser camp, there's the stun combo onto Pyrrhus, but he gets his angelic ornaments out, and there is a mosh pit onto 2. It's Stukov. BTC now in a very bad spot. Bomb is being spreaded though, and Jaina goes down. Spreads the bomb to Stukov. Oh, Sylvanas, are you alright? Yeah, it was Sylvanas getting out. No, that's the Power Slide. Oh, big silence there from Stukov, but it's not enough. 2 kills for 0 in favor for Lost in Draft. This gives them now a lot of space and also gives them the opportunity to turn in their gems and get the Webby Wave. No, this is always the thing with Windrunner, I feel. If you take Windrunner, a lot of Sylvanas tend to do this across the team, haunting, waving, and waving back. And if you have good opponents against you, they have really hard time, really easy time spawning you. The bomb be like loot. Oh yeah, the bomb spread in this area was amazing. Very good one for Kalifos to get some nice value in. Getting edged a little bit by Merlin, but he's knocked back. There is the stun from ETC. He's able to jump out. There we also see Raining Swipe coming in. A wave taking half of the mid for bottom now and out to start working on the 4 and top lane also now coming in with a very big wave. Maz is kind of alone there. Ingen, no, this time. Top 4 down, mid very low, and bottom also dropping very low. Second wave in the end was even a little bit better for the side of the Lost in Draft. As well as they are also now able to push in the top keep wall. Which will open up the keep for the boss on the top lane if they go for it at some point. If they win another team fight. Ultimates are most back up. Phoenix used here in the siege on top lane. So he's back up in 30 seconds. The Phoenix Web in the bottom use trying to save Sylvanas. Back up in 5 seconds. Lyric clearing top wave. Oh yeah, to go Rave Walk just to get out in safety. It's kind of thing. Left, not like this. Oh, there's another stun against Merlin. And there was also the mine to make sure the blue web weavers are spawning next. But now we haven't trying to engage in team on the side of the red team. They're throwing some stuffs at them. Avatar was also used, but we saw in return the Twank from Offer, making sure that all of his team are alive. I mean, in theory, you want to push in either mid lane or bot lane. You can push any lane as Lost in Draft right now. Already taking on the mid 4. Top the Weaver is starting to be defended already from the side of Imperius, but now we see Eric coming in, getting into him, but he should have a Q. Yeah, actually. That's the charge out of Entomb. I don't think you want to Entomb Imperius usually, because he can also just press his ultimate. Stay alive for longer, if for long enough to have his Q back up. Usually. Further. In the meantime, we've got mid and top cleared. Mid taking some of the keep wall down. Top, no damage on the keep. The bottom is still alive with half health. Coming in. As in mind. Barely not throwing Sylvanas into the opponent. Already starting back off after taking down the keep wall in the bottom. Yeah, it's the thing, like those web viewers are not that helpful anymore. You cannot push in hard. Because then the towers focus you and you might go down. Now see boss play from the team in blue. Her tour trying to check it. Immediately jumping out. But he scouted the boss. He will probably come. No, they are going for the turn in. Oh, there's the Entomb onto this arrow. Ring of Frost coming in as well. Then we see the failing swipe. Big stun. Not too much happens so far. Lyric not getting stunned, but it's a Lyric. Big mosh pit on 2, and there's also nothing from the Stukov to interrupt for now. And then Sylvanas going down. Imperius dropping very low. He has the bomb on him, but there is a big healing from Stukov. He's staying alive for now. Now Imperius Merlin trying to stun everyone else, but Lyric on the run, getting the Stukov in the top lane. Imperius, will he get out? Nice shooter with numbing class from Jane. It's red web with spawning, which will be pretty fun. Mostly for the side of Lost in Draft, but on the other side, Dave. Water Dragons in the middle, and now we were paired up together with a Bruiser Camp, which actually is not allowed to be ignored. This push. Top lane already defended, and now we see them roaming towards the mid lane, making sure this does not deal too much damage, and then going towards the bottom. We already see TC there.
It is over.
Bottom we were cleared. Obviously the team in blue doing a very risky call, going for the top boss. Sorry, the team in red with water drinks, but now we see the team in blue doing their own Bruiser Camp first, not even checking the boss. This is actually a free boss for the side of water drinks. Lost in Draft tried to do before, water drinks just did. Okay. Did they give them the boss there? Or did not check it? Going top lane now, being able to defend the boss for free. They're looking to the top wave, so this one will just clash onto this one. Not too much will happen. They're not having enough gems to turn in. Sylvanas of course sees it. Goes in with some damage, but there we see the Wraith Walk from Lyric. Just walking straight out of any danger. Now we see the blue team pushing up the lanes a little bit, getting some map pressure back on their side. Obviously the red team taking the siege camp in the bottom with Jaina. But this should be the turn in from the blue team. The reply coming in, we see an upgrade extra on level 20, so he will get the current reduce from 75 or down to 50 because it's one target. It's actually amazing. Yeah. 20 talents, Bolt of the Storm for ETC, Sylvanas, and the Ice Blink for Jaina, so it's also her version of Bolt of the Storm. We went from Merlin. Bio Explosion switch from Stitch. Oh, there we see perfect Stukov. Did they engage onto Junkrat? There's the silence. Double stun. Another stun. Not prepared, staying alive for all of this due to due to Mofur. Him down, by the way, now in a very bad spot. He's taking a lot of damage as well. The web weavers pushing in now all lanes though. With Junkrat that there is not much Lost in Draft can do. There's Silence and Tomb on Imperius, and Imperius goes down. That's a 1-1 in the end, so 4v4 on the map in total now. With the top and bottom where we were still alive, we see the top trying to work on the 4, but it will not be enough. Will it be? No, the keep. Wait. Working on the keep down to 800 people in the bottom. Now we see the weapon wave with the big melee wave. And the team of Lost in Draft coming in, looking at the keep. Keep going down, first keep of the game. At 19 minutes, someone has to clear the top wave, else the keep will go down. Yes, she is here, clearing the wave. The top keep very low health. Tomb back up in 5. Them not enough. 84 HP on the keep. There we go. And now a flame strike, and it's good to go. 2 keeps down on the side of the water dragons. Them also being 1 turn in down, but they lack a lot of gems to turn in. Same goes for Lost in Draft, so there will not be too much happening for now. There's the silence on Lyric. Lyric should be fine. Lyric. His seal on the Bruiser Cam. Merlin jumping in. There's the Ring of Frost onto Mopper. Taking a lot of damage. It's dropping very low. There's the charge. Is enough for Mopper to go down. There we see the silence and Tomb No Name dropping very low on the ETC here. Now on the chase. They're just getting some value in, but not enough to kill someone. There's a slow, and there's another kill. Slow kill for the side of Lost in Draft. So we're gonna run. Yeah, he's fine. Ooh. Double kill for Water Dragon. Making sure they are able to push out the lanes. Not much more because they don't have enough gems to turn in. And they're quite close. Are they? Yeah, they are. This Bruiser Camp. A nice power slide there from ETC, making sure Furious is not getting on in time. And also with taking this Bruiser Camp, it denies the opponents of stealing it. Right now the red team has the upper hand on the map. Of course, but in the bottom and the top we see permanent catapult pressure for the side of from the side of Lost in Draft. They will slowly but steady get some pressure on the core even. Only in the mid lane we see Water Dragons being even in minion pressure. Then we see top lane in 1-1 between Lyric and Sylvanas. Them introduce. She's getting out. Oh, Burden looking at something. See everyone back live. Live. Way too risky. Jeez. It was really risky to take the Bruiser, to be fair. Really risky, but it worked out in the end. It's only end when you die. When you stay alive, it's not end, you know? The wave now we've got the gems turned in. We've got enough gems for the Water Dragons. No Name is really sitting out there. Flame Strike is with the level 20 talent. 1002 on Jaina. She has no iceberg anymore. Bomb, and Jaina should go down here. Yes, but we've got a big silence arrow in the meantime. In the back. Zooming in on this action, big wash penalty to frontliners, but there's silence from Stukov interrupting it. Now the root on the Imperious, but he's getting thrown on top of Logan, able to finish off Lyric. There we see the blink from Sylvanas. Using her E in. Atusa in a very bad spot. Oh, Murden jumping and jumping and jumping. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, Ignite is enough. Yes, it is. It's enough to finish off the Murden there. It's a 2-for-1 in favor for Lost in Draft. And the one target they lost is the Lyric. Usually doesn't care that much about dying. Because it can still give vision, it can slow opponent, and he can train himself up to be faster back on the battlefield. But there we see now the blue team, of course, going for the boss call, trying to end the game possibly with the boss. Meantime, we see the red team already knowing what the blue team is planning to do, so they decide to go for the bottom lane, take this, take the altar, take the turn in. Sylvanas has enough gems to turn in. The boss in top lane now going at the core. Merlin back up in 15 seconds. Jaina is back, but so is the Lyric. 25 seconds on the Phoenix, 30 seconds on Mosh Pit, else every ultimate is up already. But we were in the top cleared for free. Tanzum barely misses there on the Sylvanas. This would have been, could have been a kill. See the root on the Ring of Frost coming in. You see the Tranquility, and there we also see the Riptire, but he needs to use it early on. Not able to charges to get 3 targets. Two are taking tons of damage in the meantime, and it's not enough. For two are going down. Merlin again. The one who gets punished for jumping in. Core on 50% and going down. Boss still alive. 20% is Mosh Pit on 3. This is GG. As Lost in Draft is able to second game of this series win the whole series. (2-0) for the side of Lost in Draft. Why is the Imperious of What? Never mind. Can't count anymore. Happens, dude. Happens. You always have sometimes this moment. Everyone has this moment sometimes, especially in Tomb, where you're not paying enough attention and not counting right in this moment. Anyways, we've got Lost in Draft as the winner. This best of 3 series 2-0. It looked clean on paper, looks clean with the 2-0, but in reality it was 2 very close games. Ranks in the first one, of course, took down the keepers already. Would have possibly even went for the core if they would have gotten a few kills, 2 kills or something like that. And in this game they also fighted back very hard, getting the boss in and stuff. Anyways, we are at the end of the series. I am very happy you all watched. Thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you stay safe. They hope to see you soon again. Bye.